So hi everyone, my name is Sagar Kakkala, and here we are here for live session on day one, like which is 20 days DevOps to GitOps series in DevOps, which we had already done in Telugu, and but by the request of non-Telugu people, we are going back to English, and there are some minor gaps which I missed while delivering content in Telugu, so we are going for English again. And apart from DevOps, I actually do content on finance, travel, and also some podcasts and lyrics. So it's a bit of hard to find, and it's everything at one place. So I'll just share screen and tell how things work here, just for the new to know. And since it's day one, just had to remember my name, Sagar Kakkala, and you could see my website here and my YouTube channel and my LinkedIn. And if you go for Sagar Kakkala's World, the website, like where you'll have the content of DevOps and finance here. And here everything is separated by using contents of blog, like wherever you go, it's DevOps and finance. And apart from that, yes, in YouTube channel, everything is separated by playlists. So if you go for since this is in English series, you could actually watch day zero here, DevOps with Sagar Kakkala English playlist, and apart from that, you could actually get into another other playlists as well. But this is more on Telugu level. Yes, we'll just start directly into the session now. Let's say, mm, I'll take this example. So, someone who is in DevOps in IT, they might feel this is something on very basic level, but since my non-IT friends as well requested, that is where I'm targeting this. Uh, let's say how DevOps engineers work, just like there is a code, like be it any code and be it any developer, what happens is the developer's work, like let's assume that he is a developer. The developer's work will be only to write the code. And once the code is written and to deploy it in the application. So that is where a DevOps engineer comes into play. So there would be two people, let's say. One is developer, that guy writes the code, changes the code, does anything with the code, and that code to package it and to deploy it, it's the no job of DevOps engineer. Like we'll learn as we go by days to automate this. And you could take this as a simple example. Let's say you have any Android.apk file, or even some file you installed in your Windows, you'll get .exe file, right? This .exe file is not something completely code you will get. It's a compressed or packaged code, you could say. A simple word, maybe the terminology is not right. You could say a compressed code there. Let's say once you had installed that .exe file, that's where like where your game opens or your application opens. So everything is there in that single file. So same way, the code would be getting into a small file, like which we will call like .var or .jar or .build files. Depending on the code, these files changes. If it is React code, it's called .build files we'll get. If it is Java, we will get .var or .var files. So once it is done, since how you install in your laptop, the same way we will install it in an application server, because these are the ones which are running in the website, running online. So somewhere this code must be placed and executed so that people on the internet can come and access. So yes, we will learn the same thing in today's session as well. Nothing to worry. So people on the internet will come and access your application that's on your application server. This application server could be anything. It could be Nginx or Kubernetes or Dockerized application, something like which is accessible via internet. Your code is accessible via internet, and the codes and everything that's written is taken care by developer. Um Everyone is clear till here, right? Yes.
Yes, Sagar.
Yes, thank you. Am I going too fast? Because I'm a bit in hurry as well. So that's why if you feel that I'm going too fast, you could actually tell me so I'll pace the speed as well. Yes. And now, let's say because as I said, I targeted people from non-IT to here as well. And the first thing, like as I said, I created a GitHub account. One second. So everyone here must have a GitHub account. That's what I'll suggest. Once you have a GitHub account, let's say this is the React code that I took, day one. It is the React code that I took. And once this is the React code that we are going to deploy in the server, and we will see it practical now. And how things work is like once you get into a company, you even get the Jira board because IT is how it works. Mm, mm, mm. I think I missed it somewhere. Yes, meanwhile, this is loading. I could show you another thing. So we are starting with day one today. In this day one, okay. In this day one, I want everyone here to buy, I mean, like take an AWS free tier account. It'll be like 2 rupees or something at the starting credit card, and it's free for 1 year. And if you use, apart from free resources, they'll charge you. You could just click on this link, it'll take you to that account directly. Yes, because I already signed in and opens mine. And also for practice, I would recommend to buy any GoDaddy domain that's affordable for you. But here I could say like the bigger the domain name, because I signed in, it came in back. The bigger the domain name, the lesser your cost would be. So I would suggest to buy any domain name. The one that we are using now, it was bought for 150 rupees. And once this is done, I will also ask you to like install Git, Visual Studio Code, and once it's installed, like we'll have like Visual Studio Git Bash extension. It's like a setup for the project, like it's the one-time setup that we will do here for all the projects. Yes, 1 second. Yeah. Yes, let's say I took the Jira board. How it will happen is, let's say you'll get a ticket. Being a DevOps engineer or an IT guy, they'll say like deploy this React code in Nginx, and I had to like use IAM account to create AWS instance and install Nginx and deploy React code. Like this is what we will do, and here is the code provided. So once what we are going to do is we are taking this code. As I said, like we are taking this code. I think yeah, we can take. Let's say this could be a code. We are taking this code and we are going to build this. I mean, like the compress it. The second step would be like build, compress it. Is this 1 second? Mm. And once it is compressed, right, this build file, like whatever it's formed, we are going to deploy it in an application server. Here, deployment server could be anything, but here at the first stage, we are going to use Nginx. And in this first project, we are not going to bring any DevOps tools. From the day two, we'll go for Docker. But here, we will understand how things work before even DevOps came into picture. So how things are being done manually, so that when we get into yes, so that when we get into DevOps, you'll understand things easily, like why Docker has come, like what challenges it overcome, because you need to know what are the challenges that being done manually as well. Yes, let us start the project. The first thing here is where's the Visual Studio Code? Yeah, the first thing I did was I had the Visual Studio Code, the code that I showed. Just clone it in your repo. I think I had this in day one, I guess. Yeah, I had it in day one. Yeah, if it is your Windows, you'll have a three dots here, and that says terminal. Because it's my first time using in Mac, I forgot where the terminal is as well. Akil, yes, help me now. Where would be the terminal here?
Uh,
No, no, no. In the Visual Studio, I need terminal. I guess this one.
no,
Yeah,
Sagar.
there you can
On
see.
top, you have to click on file. There you would be. There you can see the terminal. It
Top.
is in Mac, no?
Yes, yes, yes. Where it is?
Not here, like on top of your full screen.
On the top
Yes.
right hand side, on the top right hand side, you can see the last four terminals are there. No? Four things
Sorry.
are there. Before
Sorry.
the green dot. Green dot.
Green dot.
Yeah. On the top. On the top of the right hand side.
Okay.
In the down, you can see three terminals. There you can see it's
Uh,
two things will be there.
Sagar,
Uh,
just now you got back. Can you just
Can you ask
minimize
me?
the screen?
hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, I have terminal here.
No, not that terminal, Sagar. There on top, like on top, code file, edit, selection view.
Code file
On,
edit
on
selection
top,
view.
top, top,
Where,
like
where I
blue
can't get
screen, blue header.
blue header.
Uh, like on top, like Apple screen, Apple screen. I mean,
Mm.
you're looking into this visual code, not this visual code. You have selected visual
Ah,
app.
okay, okay.
Huh,
Terminal. Yes.
right.
Okay. Thanks, Akhil. Because
Even yeah,
yeah. Okay, fine. I think in Windows it's directly here. You get the option.
right.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, thank you. Because yesterday it came automatically and today it happened this way. Fine, thanks, Akhil. Yes,
welcome.
since it's day one, we don't need gold Docker file as well. Let me delete this. But here, like before you make any changes, this is in main code, right? Let's say I'm going for git checkout minus B, feature slash delete unnecessary. I'm just deleting unnecessary. Okay, I switch it to new branch. I'm going to delete the things that are not required for this day one because these are the things that are coming in the earlier. So here we will divide like what's only required. We'll just mm, mm, mm. we'll just remove these parts. Yes, once I removed. Where is this file save wave? Akhil, I think I need your help again. How do I save this file? Like you have file and save, right? Is the same.
Command S.
Command S. Okay. Hope it's saved. Okay. Fine. Once it's saved, let's go for git add dot just to check the changes whether it's been done or not. We'll give the command git status. As you could see, these are deleted. So that's what we did. And we'll just commit the code. Git commit minus M. Hmm, deleted unnecessary. Git push. Okay, yes, I had to, since the feature branch is not there, I had to. mm, okay, my bad. Mm, yes. Yes, so the new feature branch is pushed directly. Let's go for our GitHub account. Where is our GitHub account? As you could see, so this is how things work. Like whenever you create a feature branch, this feature branch, like whatever changes, like without going into the main, we'll create feature branch. We'll update the same feature branch in the ticket. Like this branch has been created or the PR has been created. Please do approve. That's what you'll say. Tell for the manager. Please do approve. And here the reviewers you'll add whoever the reviewer is because it's the single account that I have here. I'm not adding any reviewer here. And yes, we'll just create a PR and you could see what are the files changed. So these are the files changed, these are deleted. Like once everything is done, I'll just merge PR here because I'm the only one here. If there is anything, any issue, or your manager or your higher head would comment asking you to fix some things. Yes, pull request is merged and closed. Great. I'm going to delete this branch because this is not needed for me now anymore. And as well, one more thing I forgot to tell is because I gave git push here, it directly worked. But when you actually clone the code and you push the code, it will not work that way. Here you had to generate token. Here I will go for profile, picture, and developer settings. Wherever you are going to give git push, it will ask you for password. The password that you created for this GitHub accounts does not work now. You had to use tokens itself in the place of password. Even though it asked you for password in terminals, you had to create tokens and give that token there. You could just click generate new token, classic, and oh yes, I forgot the password. Great. Yes, whatever it is, like you had to give repo, admin, and everything. And only you had to update this in place of that because I signed in yesterday, did not ask me username and password, but for the first time it'll ask. Yes, till here we are clear, right? So, one second. This is in a basic level I'm going. Mm, Yes, we have the code ready now. Great. Our code is ready. Our code is clean now. Only one that's required we kept. Since it's a React code, we are going to need package.json and package.log.json files for sure. Yes, let's actually get this now into working. Now, what we had to do is we will take a cloud VM. You could ask me why cloud VM. As I said, the people on the internet, let's say you have a website and you want to like constantly, what do you say, the people are getting like constantly using your website. Let's say you have a Wikipedia kind of website and every day you have traffic, and it's more like if you want, you could run this application in your laptop or local as well. But the thing is, you cannot actually keep your laptop or system 24 by 7 on. And as well, when you keep that, your servers or something would get heated up. And for that, you need to have an external AC, cooling systems, and a lot of stuff. And that is where cloud came into picture. Here, cloud is more like the same. You'll have your missions, the physical missions exist there. Let's say the cloud is works more like the physical missions exist there, but you are here, let's say you are here and you are accessing their systems via internet, and you don't have to worry about their underlying what to say, their infrastructure, cooling system, and everything. It's more like you used for 24 hours, will pay only for 24 hours. You don't have to pay extra. You don't have to worry about burdens of like putting up an AC, cooling fan systems, or something. So that things and everything AWS would take care, or AWS or any cloud provider would take care. That is where like the cloud got into a very big boom. Before it used to be more like VMs. Companies used to have their own data centers, and now it's like they are using cloud providers' data centers and they access only the required systems using internet. So we'll do the same. We will deploy this in AWS EC2 instance. Let's say for this, as I said, we'll create AWS account. Maybe yes, I have AWS account opened already. Once you open, you could just search in the console EC2, or you would get it like if you had recently visited here. And another thing is you had to be sure to select the region. Now, since we will be taking free tier, I'm not going, not actually worrying about regions here. So based on the region select, your cost as well might vary. So let's say I selected EC2 instance now. Okay, let me launch an instance. Okay, what's happening? Day 1 demo, we'll be selecting Ubuntu here because the project is completely built on Ubuntu. And if yours is a free tier, yours is a first time account, like go for free tier eligible account because it's more than enough for the this project, like Day 1 project. Create new pair. Okay, sorry, my bad. I had to create in IAM accounts. So according to the ticket, I said like we'll create an IAM account. Yes, here's a bit of explanation on AWS IAM account as well. The one that I was trying to create is actually a root account. The root account is something like you'll have access for everything. You want to have a billing account, you want to have like DB instance, everything A to Z you'll have being a root. But why IAM became more popular is like constrained access. Let's say I am a DB engineer. So for me, all I required access was only for AWS DynamoDB not DynamoDB. Let's put it another like AWS RDS or something. And I don't need the access which I don't require because giving me like a it's like role specified access you could specify, and DevOps engineer will be constrained only to EC2 or let's say S3 buckets. They'll not be given DB access, so that you are going to maintain security at the internal level as well, in the organizational level. So it's better like where whatever organization it is, no organization ever creates instances or anything in root account. Everyone would go for IAM accounts. Let us as well create the IAM accounts. And IAM accounts actually has roles as well, and users and roles. We'll be creating users now and roles. We have one thing in this project like where we used roles. We'll have much of discussion there on the roles. Let's create a user. Mm, let's say mm, mm, what should I give? Uh, where is this underscore? Hmm. I'm just creating a custom password here for me to easily remember. I don't want to create a new password again when I log in. Generally, in organizations, if you are a DevOps engineer, we actually like even DevOps engineers create the IAM accounts. We would click this like user must create a new password after sign in, so that once the initial password only we both know, but once the sign in is done, the new password only the guy who sets it would know. So it ensures a bit of security as well. Okay, I forgot the password. Hmm. Yes. A group is like, let's say you created a group and there are new developers joining. You could actually create permissions, and you could directly attach every new developer to that existing group called developers. That's it. So here I'm going to give AWS EC2 full access. You could actually constrain access if you want as well. Why I can't provide EC2? Yes. Yeah, I'm going for EC2 full access here for this IAM user. If it is required, we will go increase it every time. The permissions and policies could be added only in the root account or the someone who has admin account or IAM full access account. Yes, we don't need tag. So you'll get this URL because our URL is different. Now this URL would be different because it's a separate account that's been created for you. Yes, what's that? Okay, DevOps underscore demo. I think it's better I'll bookmark this. Mm, okay, I think I messed up something. Oh, okay, my bad. Mm, Okay, it's the username fault. Fine. We got into here. Maybe this is where, like, as you could see, cost and everything is access denied because we gave access only for AWS EC2. So this is where you could ensure your first level of security internally. Zero free tier. Okay, fine. Yes. So let us launch an instance. Till here, clear, right? Why I went till root and I just came back. You guys there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you. One second. We'll not worry about security groups as of now, but we had to worry uh, because we'll go for GoDaddy domain. But as of now, let's create this. We had Ubuntu instance. I'm leaving everything as default. Nothing changed except I used Ubuntu OS because everything here is built on Ubuntu itself. And Amazon Linux is more on CentOS, so that is why I'm not going into that. Hmm, great. We had the instances ready. So let's go for like VM, and here you could connect using EC2 connect, and as well we could connect using SSH as well. Like how the key pair at the beginning I created key pair, right? How key pair connects and like how SSH could connect. Like we'll have an add-on session about that. So do not worry about SSH client as of now. Let's just get started. Okay, access denied by EC2 constants. Either you are not valid or you do not have access. Great. I think it's because of IAM account I did not have. Maybe yes, we'll go for SSH itself. As you could see, it's SSH minus I day1.pm. I think day1.pm. Maybe 1 second. I should have that. Yes, I had this here, right? Let me open the terminal. Wherever you have the key, just paste that the command there, like which AWS is providing. Let us now log in here. Why is it taking this much time? We had port 22 opened and everything open, right? Akhil, anything that I missed? Because you connected using this, right?
No, Sagar.
How?
Sagar, I guess you have to open this in the folder which you have downloaded, that key pair, na?
Yeah, yeah, it's in downloads, right? Because the one that I downloaded is day1.pem, as you could see.
Okay,
Where-
actually, usually I do is like I create a new folder and I save this key in that folder and I'll open that terminal separately because I had this an issue, but like you can't directly open.
Sagar, can you please check the instance status? 2 by 2 is completed or
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Maybe that's. Uh,
and check the security groups also in case sometimes whenever we're launching this institute, the port will be not default enabled 22.
okay. I don't think. I think the cloud had some issue or something. It's not. Yeah, I think it's still in initializing state. Okay, 3 by 3 checks fast. Where's the terminal? How to exit this terminal? Okay, got exited. Actually, this is where as well it should connect. By default, the port 22 is open, like which is SSH port. So it must not have any issue. Maybe is that like double column? Hmm. Okay, I don't think it's working. Let me check that command again. What says it? Like same key that I'm using or the different key that I went? Okay, chmod day1.pem. Okay, I should give this access. Fine. I think I missed the permissions issue. Maybe yes. Let me give this. Akhil, how to come out of this terminal? Command C, right?
Huh.
It's not working actually.
Control C.
Okay, thank you. Hmm. Okay, fine. I think it's because of the permissions issue. Hmm. Okay, fine. Let's not may take much time on this because it's a minor issue which I'll check later. Uh, Maybe meanwhile, let me actually try if I can connect EC2 instance. Okay, let me just get back to root account. That's better now because I don't want to get stuck here, like thinking what's happening as well. So I'll create quickly in root account so that will not face any issues. I'll check this later. Maybe I'll update in day two like what happened as well. So as of now, don't worry on this. I'll check that on my part. Okay, MFA code. One second. I think that instance would reflect here as well because it's an IAM account. Yes, it reflected here. Good for us. Yeah, here it will not have any issues. Great. We're finally inside the instance. Let's say we're finally inside the instance. Let me go for day one. The first thing, as I said, it's a React application, and we had to build that. And as well, since it's the code is in GitHub, we'll be installing it. And yes, let me close all. That's not necessary. Mm, Yes. So I'm just using installing it, but these days like every Ubuntu is installed with Git, so which you don't have to worry about. But if you don't have, you had to install. Like we had installed Git. Next is Git clone, but here instead of this, we are going to use this one because that was one we had in Telugu. We mixed up everything, so I'm going to use this code. You could just click on here and you'll get the code. We'll just use Git clone. Yes. Once it's next, before we are going to install, because it's a React code, we had to install Node.js and React scripts and npm other stuff. So that's where before that, like the default in Linux is you had to update the repositories before installing any application. We'll just update the repositories. Yes. Once the repositories are updated, we'll be installing Node.js. Okay. Okay. Where am I? Yes. I open to. Okay. Yeah, once Node.js installed, it's just a verification step whether it's installed or not because it's the okay, fine. Yes, Node version is installed. As you could see, you could actually verify in screenshots as well how it looks. And now, after installing Node.js itself, you'll have Node Package Manager, which you had to install. This is actually initial setup that we are doing. You don't have to do it every time. Maybe I'll change code a bit and I'll show how things work as well once you change code. And next, once Node Package Manager is installed, we'll go for npm. I mean to check. Here instead of CD goal site e-commerce, because our repo is different, we'll go for CD day one. CD is simply change directory. We are going into that folder. Yes, it might take some time. Do you have any questions that you have till here that we covered? Yes, anyone could go ahead. I'll assume no
Let's
questions.
start.
Yes, thank you. I think for Rakil it might be like an LKG project because he completed till I think GitOps is not yet completed, but he tried, I guess, because he was like the one who completed 20 days in DevOps to GitOps 20 in Telugu. Yeah, so thanks Akhil for you joining here back because I had issues with macOS as you know.
Mhm. It will always be learning process.
So yes, thank you. And npm version is there. Okay. And next, we are going to, if you are going to use that same repo that, but since we had this day one, let me go for day one. This is the React code that we have. Once the React code you have, you are going to install React scripts here. Hmm. Actually, this is the work of DevOps engineers as well, like installing, setting up, and everything. Even if it is a minor, even creating IAM accounts comes into DevOps play as well. Yes, once this is done, like here is where, as I was saying, this entire code will compress it and will have it in build folder. So that is where this command does. It's actually packages the complete code, taking the files package .json into consideration. That's what it does. If it does not find package.json file, it's actually hard for this actually. Yes, let's actually go for this. Okay, here you don't have to worry about warning depreciated and all these things. If you want, you could sit and fix, but here it's not the scope for us, so we are not going there. So let's say once you install React scripts, you will be able to find a node modules folder, which was not there earlier. As you could see, node modules folder and ls minus ltrh to check if it is now recently created. So as you could see, node modules is created on Jan 12, 1133. And here to verify anything in Linux systems, always give date. So date, because your time that's in your laptop or system might differ the one in the Linux servers. So that's why always when you try to compare the times, always use this command date. So as you could see 1134 and it's 1133. It's the recently created one. So yes, we had the node modules folder. Everything is set up. We're ready to go for next command. It's npm run build. So this is what it does. It packages the code, not in technical terms, but to precise, it compresses the code to a single file, just like your .apk file or .exe file. And these warnings or something will not worry about as well. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, meanwhile this is running, it will take some time. If anyone had any queries, can go ahead and apart from the one in this project. Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, we got the build folder now. As you could see, it created now recently build folder, and now this is where we are getting into. Okay, it shows. Yes, this is where now the React code is built, but now we are going to install Nginx. Nginx is an application server for us here. It is even used as a load balancer in most cases, but here we'll use as application server. You'll understand as we go. Let's say, let's install Nginx now. Okay, Nginx is installed. Nginx version. Yes, this is something that I'm doing. Let's say I'm copying everything. Minus R is recursive. Everything in the build folder too. It's not like moving. I'm copying. If you let's say assume you kept like MB command here. MB is move. CP is copy. Everything inside would move here, but we are keeping copy. It has the replica here in this folder and as well like go to this path as well. So because it's in the same path, you could directly run the command because we are in the same path of build folder. So it has build folder as well. So I'm just keeping it there. And why I'm doing that, you'll understand as because like we had installed Nginx. How Nginx works is, maybe I could show and tell. We kept build folder inside slash var slash triple w slash html. Now inside this path, if you go slash var slash triple w slash html, you'll have a slash build as well because we copied it there. And inside this build, maybe it's better I'll show. Okay, yes, sorry. Yeah, and inside this build folder, you'll have index.html file, which is the main folder for us now, which actually runs the web pages because it's a React code and it's a static website. This is where the complete web page stays. Okay, let me actually go for this. Now it's I. In Windows, it's insert. And as you could see here, Nginx listens on port 80. You could actually change this port to anything that you like. Uh, Now, how Nginx works is whenever the Nginx or the application service triggered, it actually gets into this path slash var slash triple w slash html slash build. And if it is inside that build, it checks for index folder first. If it is not there, it goes for index.html. If it is not there, it goes for index.html. That's how. And here in the server name, this is where you will keep your domain name. For us, the domain name is haridev.shop, and this is actually slash is wildcard. It means this is accepted by any domain. If you don't want it to be accepted by any domain and you want to have it only your domain, and instead of I mean the underscore here, you had to specify like www.haridev.com, and so that your Nginx would listen only to that website. And as I said, sometimes you might feel 404 file not found error, right? It's the same case here. If it in case Nginx goes till build and if it is checks for any of these files, if the files does not exist, it will show 404 error, file not found. That's it. Yeah, clear on this Nginx file overview, right? Why am I? Yes. Okay. It's
Yes,
an
sir.
yeah, and it's like save and quit is WQ. If you want to just quit, it's Q. Because we want to save and quit, it's WQ. Now we made the changes in Nginx server, but the thing is, Nginx changes does not reflect until you restart it. So we are going to restart now. Yeah, we restarted. And if you want to, these are actually systemctl services because Nginx now acts as service here now. So let's check if it's Nginx is running in our server or not. Yes, it's running. Great. And if you want to see our website is running or not, you could actually http colon, okay, my bad, slash slash 172, your private IP, dot 31 dot 30 colon, sorry, dot 218 colon 80 because 80 is the port Nginx is running on. So as you could see, it gave up some data because it does not have some Java web pages, it's not able to show. But actually, the application is running. If you get like this, your application is running. Till here, your project is done. But in case you did not go to domain, till here you are good. But in case if you go to domain, what I would suggest like go to domain because the project is built completely on domain thing itself. So let's say let me go for this. Here, the first thing you had to do is you had to open a security group for it. Security group, you have two things here. One is inbound rules and other thing is outbound rules. As you could see, inbound rules has port 22. Port 22 is for SSH, but here we had the domain Nginx is running on the port 80. So for inbound is something like allow from the system. Let's say, mm, let's say this is our system, like EC2 instance, you could say. Inbound is like what other systems could access. Let's say what other systems could access, like someone outside, and through which port they can access. And outbound is something like what this system could access. Outbound, you don't have to worry about because your system must access Google, your system must access Facebook, your system must access other repositories and anything. So it has to access traffic outside everything. So outbound, you don't have to worry about. But inbound, who can access your system? That's where your security plays a major role. So because it's a domain that thing we are going, and everybody here might hit like because Nginx is running on port 80, we had to allow everybody under the port 80. It's like from what IPs? From every IP. 00 is like all traffic. So we are allowing from port 80. Let's say we had cleared, we had added port 80. Now, if you take a domain, let's say your public IP plays a major role here. You'll copy your public IP, and here one more thing. If you stop and start your instance, your public IP would change, but your private IP would not change. And if you don't want your public IP to change every time, because now what we do is we'll go for GoDaddy domain. Yes, my products, like whatever your page is, because it's that. Mm, one second. Yeah, hurrydev.shop. Okay, my bad. Shouldn't. Yes, I will go for DNS. I think before it used to be a record. A record is the address record. Now in GoDaddy they changed it to the record. I'm not sure like what the means. So let's go for Command V. We pasted public IP. Every time you stop and start the instance, this IP changes. And if you're going for this domain and like you want to keep that domain permanent and you don't want to change this IP here, and because you cannot use private IPs here by default, AWS has this constraint. You could use only public IPs outside the AWS network. So since GoDaddy is outside, so you could use only public IP and you don't want to change this every time because in this project as we go we change it every time. You could actually buy an elastic IP. Elastic IP is something like it's a constant IP that you could attach to this system and it will not change even though you stop or start. Yes, we're done now. Actually, like we deployed, and now I'll show you because the domain is like hurrydev.shop, and the React code that we built and deployed. Here is where you will see. One second, hurrydev.shop. Why it's not coming now? It's running great. Come on, come on. Is that domain? Hmm. Okay. The connection has been reset. Fine. Let me go for. I actually did it in the morning. It worked. What happened to this? Okay, great. 40 guard intrusion prevents tags. That is in violation of network policy. What did I violate?
It's a VPN issue, maybe.
Ah, okay. Fortnite. I was not using Fortnite actually. I don't know why it blocked my. Um,
It's I think they integrated in the ISP side, maybe
yeah,
security
maybe.
purpose.
Yes. Maybe you guys could try. Someone could screen share because in the morning I tried. I don't know what it violated because SSL certificate is not there now. Let's say yes. If anyone could try, I'll just chat it. I'll just ping it in the chat. Let me know if you guys are able to access or not. It should be. I think since GoDaddy domain is an Indian server, there we had couple of issues there as well, where the people in India were able to access faster than me. So I'm hoping that anyone there would be able to access it faster so that we could confirm. Let me check the IP as well again. 13, 48, 135, 40, or yes. Akhil, did you try to access?
Still it is loading, Saga.
Try opening in incognito.
Okay.
Actually, I opened it in history. It is there actually. No, no, no. Because I tried opening in the morning, it worked. It shouldn't be this case now. Hmm. Okay, I think I had to look into this
Can
as
we
well.
try in? Can we try in? I have one domain name GCP startup.in. Can we try here? Can I share my screen?
Yes, 1 second. I had to remove the IP. It's haridev.shop. Yes, I can provide you the IP. Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, let me share my screen.
But let me check one more time. Yes, also let me remove this. 1 second. Okay, custom TTL. Yeah. Yes,
Can I share my screen?
yes, you can share your screen. I'll tell the IP. Maybe we could check there. Yes. Mm,
Are you
actually,
able to see my screen?
I think I had to stop presenting. Okay. Yes. I provided IP there in the chat.
Okay, where I need to go here? So this is
Manage
GCP
DNS. Manage DNS. There.
where here?
No, 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 no. At renew is there, right? Renew now. Renew now.
This one.
At the bottom, manage DNS. Yes. Yes, scroll down. In that A record, like edit A record,
Okay,
and just give this IP that I provided.
where I need to give here
In
name.
the value.
Okay,
Maybe you could screenshot this so that next for you it's
okay. So is this fine?
yes, just save
So
and
it's only
also
1 hour or what we need?
you
Like
can keep custom TTL and 600 seconds. I see the meeting is ending. Maybe I'll send not
yeah.
3600, 600 seconds.
Okay, I have mentioned. Can
Maybe
I change again?
yeah, maybe I'll send a new link again in the channel or because I see it's actually ending for us now. The meeting would end in 1 minute or something. There is something I want to add as well here. So that is why.
It was done.
Yes, now open that. Yes, who was sharing screen before? I forgot actually. I did not see the name. My bad of it. Um, who was sharing screen? Mhm. Yes. Akhil, you have a domain, right?
Yes, Sagar, I have already updated that in my
Hmm.
GoDaddy domain. It's taking time.
Okay,
Usually
you
we do.
you updated the same IP.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Chandu 007 is the one who did it. Or who was doing it? Who shared the screen before?
Yeah, I think copy. One second. This is my friend. I'm sharing a list with you.
Sorry, I'm not getting your voice quite clear actually. Uh, yeah, Akhil, maybe yes, we can proceed with yours if he does not join. Is it Gaurav? Gaurav, was it you who was sharing screen on the domain?
I
No,
guess
Sagar.
it's Abhinav.
No, I wasn't sharing.
No,
Abhinav?
Sagar. Sagar, this Abram. He's sharing. I just shared the list with him. He's sharing. Give me 2 minutes.
Chendu, my sincere apologies. I don't know, you're speaking low or something. I can't understand.
Even I
No,
can't.
sorry. 1 second. I'm sorry. Give me 2 minutes. He's joining. He's Abram, my friend. He's joining. Give me 2 minutes.
He's joining. Abhinav is
Yeah,
joining.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, he's joining. 1 second.
Actually, I'm not quite clear getting you. If you could text, I mean, like type it in the chat, it's more, we'll not have any misunderstanding because I'm not able to get whether you're saying he'll join or something. Okay. Thank you, Chindu. My, my sincere apologies because I'm not able to understand. Must be with the mic. Yeah, Abhiram, can
So
share
can I share
screen.
my screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
So done. 600 seconds I have mentioned.
Okay, now could you open website haridev.shop?
Which Hari, I do have GCP, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. My bad. That same domain GCP startup.in.
Yeah. So, but instead of this one, we need to give the IP address, right?
No. You could just type GCP startup.in. Maybe once I'll check GCP
So this is the one. Yeah.
startup.in. Yes, I got it actually in GCP startup.in. Yes. Yeah.
Can you share?
Thanks, Abhiram. From here, there is
Yes.
something I had to share as well. Yeah, I think this day one it's like too long for us because we made a lot of mistakes. Uh, I did not expect the time to be this fast, but I hope because I covered basic as well. Here's something I want to add. As you could see, GCP startup.in,
No.
that Abhiram's domain that we
See,
had.
for also we need to get it right, but
Mm,
here when we are trying to access, we are not getting that one. See,
mm.
that is everyone can able to access, right?
Yeah,
So might
even
be,
if you access GCP startup.in, everyone would be able to access this domain. Now it's public, right? So everyone would be able to access.
but
Uh,
for me, I'm getting the old one, so that's why I'm just.
Okay, might be not updated. Like we'll
Can
see.
for remaining persons?
Mm, yes.
Mine is still loading.
No, no, no. It should be GCP startup.in. However, I got it. Maybe the server, I don't know. You'll get it in some time, not to worry. But here, let's proceed further. What I want to say, just like we had this build file, right? Whenever developer changes the code again, so every time he has to generate new build file, and this new build file would be actually again deployed in this server. So it's a process every time every time the code changes, the build must happen, and this build must be deployed again. And let's say the one that we deployed let's say we'll take it as build one. And now we are going to change code and we are going to deploy it saying build 2. Let's say we'll have another thing called as build 2. And for some reason, let's say the customers or as you could see WhatsApp or something, when they launch a new product or new versions, and some people might start hating that version, and people would say this is not what I want, or the new version might have a lot of bugs. So what they'll do is like they'll remove the build 2 as a temporary workaround, as a quick fix, because they don't want their customers to lose. So what they'll do is, why is this not moving? Okay, they'll remove build 2 and they'll get the build 1 again. Uh, okay, come. This is not coming with me actually. Okay, fine. Yeah, so they'll remove build 2 and they'll remove build 1. So this is what we call as rollback. So here, like manually instead of doing this, DevOps even plays a major role here in rollback strategies as well. Like every time the code changes, the new build must form and new build must deploy. And if things does not work align as like planned, or there is a lot of feedbacks, or there are like a lot of complaints, and a big industries are losing businesses, and that is where like we'll go for rollback strategies. So for that we will be safeguarding build files as well, like safeguarding build files, because you don't have to write code completely. Instead you could just keep this code here. Now let's go for this example itself. Where is this? Yes, in this GCP start.in, because it's 20 days code, as you could see, Helm charts have been successfully configured using Argo CD. This is the project that we did at day 20, but someone who is doing at day 1, he might confuse seeing this text. So I just want to change this. So where I'll change, because I know where it exists, I'm going to do things what developer does, but this is something we'll not touch. This is at the code level. Day 1 React and Nginx is updated successfully. I'm just giving this. I'm committing directly to main branch, because you know how feature branch and the PRs now work. Yes, I committed directly. Now I'll go for my instance, which I actually came back. Okay, yeah, this is where I have the repo. So instead of like cloning the repo, only the first time you had to clone. From next time, whatever update is there, you just have to git pull. As you could see, one for one file change data.js, and here since we have build folder and we don't want this build folder, because now what happens is if we create a build folder that updates the one, we want to keep this. So I'm just giving move build to build one. It's just that I'm renaming it. As you could see, now we have only build one folder. And now just let's the command npm run build. It will now take some time because it has new code now. I think meanwhile I had to check the IAM account for before the next session. I'll check what's the issue with the IAM account, And as well, this domain thing I checked in the morning here in Porto, it worked, but I don't know what happened now. I had to check what's the VPN issue. That I'll be checking on before getting next. So as you could see, we formed a new build folder. This new build folder has to be updated in what path did we copy? Like cp slash var html. Sorry, html slash, okay, slash triple w slash html. This is where the build folder is there. Since this build folder is already there, I'm going to remove this build folder. Okay, it's directory, so rm minus rf. Oh, gods must be crazy. Yeah, I'll just give sudo. So it is done. And now, mm, let me go for cd slash. Okay, so this is where the path lies. Sudo cp. And as well, if you want to check any path, like which path, where are you on, like pwd is the command, present working directory. Let's say, because I know where the path exists, like the previous build folder, I'm getting it directly from there. Slash home slash ubuntu slash day1, and that is build folder. It should be copy here. Dot is like present directory. We're copying it here. So as you could see, the build came, but since it's a new build folder and actually got the new one, we had to like restart Nginx for this to apply the changes. Because here we already get the path, the same path here. For it to update, we'll just restart Nginx. Okay, now let's go for GCP startup. Maybe it will not load or load. Yes, as you could see, we created now the code with new thing. And if you want the old one again, the same thing, because we copied build one folder, right? That build one folder will be updated in this path, like slash home slash ubuntu slash day one and the old build folder. I mean, the build one would come. If you want a rollback, we will be keeping in that path. So that's how rollback works in DevOps field. So this is completely on the manual things. Do you guys want to see how rollback works, or are you clear? Because we don't have to what to say, compile code and everything. Maybe it's better I'll show. Let me actually like delete this one. Rm minus rf build. I'm just deleting the one. Okay, again it's sudo for super access because we copied using that. Now instead of this, I'm just creating build one here because I'm getting the old one back, the old build. Do anyone have any doubts? You're changing build to build one? Yes, it's more like I'm changing because let's say this is version 2. The previously we had something like Helm charts and everything, right? And let's say I updated version 2 and people are complaining version 2 is not nice and there are so many bugs. So I had to keep my people, like keep my customers there. So I had to immediately, because I can't keep on fixing bugs and saying this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. I want the website to be functional first. Let's say you updated version 2 and version 2 has so many problems and people can't even log into your this page. So what you had to do immediately as a rollback in every organizations, what they do is they jump one to previous version. So that is what I'm doing now. I'm actually it's rollback in the sense here what we are doing. We are not actually like running that npm run build. We are waiting. We are doing nothing here. We are just we already have the packaged file. We are not even changing code here if you see, because this build file has the previous version code. We are not even touching GitHub account now. So I'm going for build one, move build one to build. Okay. Yes, I'm just renaming. Let me restart Nginx. Okay, I restarted Nginx. Let's see. As you could see, it went to previous version. So it's rolled back. So things work this way in DevOps or anything. It used to be a traditional process. The rollback is. The build files stand as very important picture as a backup as well. Here you have to remember that. Let me actually now let's say the old version is there and new versions I fixed everything now. So what I'll do once the new version is fixed, whatever the code is there, or maybe I had to remove the one build here. You understand how I'm playing with this, right? I just restart Nginx and yes, now it's the new version again. I fixed the code. Let's say developers had bugs and they fixed, and now they're ready to go for major version. So this is how rollback and these things work. So yes, I think everyone is clear how manually things work because the next session would be on Docker. So that is where we'll start getting one by one DevOps tools into place. Yes, do anyone have any queries? Uh,
No, bro.
yes,
No, sir.
yes.
No, Sagar.
Yes. Thanks, everyone. Maybe I'll stop the recording here. I think
Hello.
it actually the recording came more than an
Yeah,
hour.
hi. Hello.
Yeah, Abhiram. Sorry, yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Actually, GCP startup.in, it is not working for me.
It might be
So,
some IP issue or something.
It's working for me.
okay, it's working for you. Okay.
Yes, it might be because you were in the same browser. You could clear cache and try simply, or you could actually open it in a different browser. Let's say you're opening it in Chrome, open it in Edge, or open it in Incognito.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, actually, I got reference from Ramesh. Can you please, can I share my number? Can you add me to that group?
Yes, I'll add maybe Ramesh. I think yeah, Ramesh could request me to add you into that group. I would be the one who approves there. He could actually just
Okay.
go and add you, and I would be the one approving there. Yes. Yeah. Thanks everyone. I think the video came a bit lengthy, but I hope we covered all the basics things that we has to go for further sessions, which would helpful for us to understand things better.
Thank you,
Oh,
bro.
Thank
How we can get the recording, sir? Basic and basic.
Chendu,
Thank you, bro.
I don't want to be something like, but if you could text, it's more clear for me because I'm not able to understand is it the voice or the mic. I'm really sorry for it. If you could text
Sagar,
me.
when will you expect next live?
Sorry. Yeah, it's on. Okay, how to get the recording? The recording would be on Monday, 7 p.m. on YouTube, and the live session would be on every Sunday, 4:15 p.m. to 5:15 p.m. So, as I shared at the initial call, right? You could check in Sagar Kakkala. You could check in just in Google, and you'll find the YouTube page, and you could go for playlists. If you are a Telugu guy, you could actually go for DevOps with Sagar Kakkala Telugu playlist. If you does not know Telugu, you can go for DevOps with Sagar Kakkala English. That's it. Yes, with that said, I actually had some meetings to attend now, a personal party. Yeah, thanks. Oh, 1 second. Like before we move on, I just want to take screenshot. I forgot last time as well. I forgot this. Maybe I'll stop presenting. I'll stop recording as well. Let me stop that.